Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
What's up, Josie? I need the bow.
The
Let's see.
Oh
bow.
man, hold on. I gotta reset the camera for that.
Brian, you're not in studio, bro?
No, no,
Are
I'm not.
you chilling on the couch, man? I hope you're
Why is it
chilling on the
working?
couch.
Yeah,
Man, I'm gonna pull my freaking.
You deserve to chill on the couch, bro.
gotta chill on the couch. Just yeah.
You get a swim in today?
Yes,
Alright,
sir.
here's your bow. Here's your bow. Watch out, watch out.
That was terrible.
That was terrible.
Hold
I
on.
mean, I'm dealing with a face tracking thing over here.
Face tracking?
Yeah,
Our
so
camera
that
face tracks.
we're I'm on EBT setup over here.
Wait, so here's what you have to do. You need to step back like 10 steps.
No,
And
I
you
can't.
you don't put your hands together when you bow. It needs to be like a submissive down by your waist, clasped hands. Scoop back.
Like
Scoop back.
this.
Scoop back. Yeah,
I
scoop back.
I can't.
We don't need to hear it. You don't need to hear us. Just take it out.
Okay, I'll just stay here. How about like just like that?
You're too stiff. You're too stiff. You're all tense. It needs work. I give it a C minus.
C minus.
C minus.
See, no, that's because I'm French. Like we do it like with the whole like the skirt normally, but
That's a curtsy, though. It's a curtsy.
You've been Josie, you've been working out or what's up?
I've been working out since I can remember. But
Those
my
deltoids.
arms,
Damn. You're ripped.
I'm gonna piss you off real quick. I do zero upper body workout. Zero.
Wait, hold on. Let's see a bicep. Let's see a bicep flex.
Bicep.
Damn, what the fuck?
Genetics. Don't give me credit for that. I mean, if I wanted to be like, if my only resort would be to become a stripper, like I might as well just go under the bridge and be homeless. Like, there's no hope for me. I have no upper body strength. But
How did you being a stripper get? How did that come into
because
picture?
you need upper body muscles to like
To
do
work
the
the
pole
pole.
dancing stuff. Like I can barely slide down the fireman. You know, like what the firemen slide down the pole. I can barely do that.
Wait, what is that? Is that like trainer tape, physical therapy tape on your pectoral? What is
No,
that?
that's just a sports bra. That's like that.
Wait, so like how are your arm muscles so
My parents are ex-professional athletes, both of them. I was like, yeah.
because you do like bike riding, right?
Yeah, that's why like upper body just doesn't add up.
You're a cyclist, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I mean it does kind of work out because you're pushing up, sort of, and
Sort of.
so it's kind of a tricep workout a little bit, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like from shopping so much, like carrying the bags.
Carrying those heavy bags.
Yeah.
What?
It's like carrying bags or shopping, you know? Like it's so heavy. I just ripped like that, you know? How's girlfriend life?
Or what were your parents involved in?
My mom was a tennis player. My dad played collegiate football.
American football or soccer?
No, like Canadian. It's even worse.
Canadian football.
Canadian American football.
I don't know. I think it.
Because they have football in Canada.
Yeah, it had to be probably American football because collegiate. I don't know. Good question.
Wait, hold on. Don't you have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
How would your boyfriend feel knowing that you just bowed to another man?
I bowed to a camera.
What's that?
I bowed to a camera.
No. You hold on.
Listen, he would say I'm based as hell because I said I will bow if you come on the stream, and I did this for my buddy over here. He would say you're based. I'm proud of you.
If you were my girlfriend, I would have you in a burqa.
Would you pay for
That-
it?
That's cold, man.
I'll go
That's
50.
Would you pay for it?
Burqa. I'm a 50-50 burqa kind of guy.
Based.
He
I
went out
mean-
with the burqa. He went right to the burqa.
I mean, think about it. Like, you don't need to get ready or anything. Like, you can just throw that thing on and you're just ready to go. Like,
That's
down.
true. It's true.
Yeah.
that'd be so
Good time.
down.
So what have you guys been talking about?
His
I was
badass
just
wife.
talking. Yeah, I was talking about.
She a queen.
No, I was talking. Well, I kind of asked about how men feel, about how the people in the chat felt about women working if they didn't necessarily really have to, but they know,
bikini time.
they wanted to, and they wanted to. I can't remember how I put the question originally, but but we talking about all kinds of stuff, man. I started out the pod tonight with talking about my buddy, since Josie and the rest of everyone didn't hear it except for a few of the guys. I've got a buddy of mine who's I got to get him. I got to get him watching the whatever, dude, because this guy he needs help. But he's like 40. He's dating his 22-year-old chick. She's one of those that she'll get pissed off, and then he'll be like, "Hey, what's up? What's the deal?" And she'll say nothing, right? And it's obvious she's mad, right? It's obvious that
How does she
there
do
is a
that?
problem.
Can she teach me?
And he's like thinking about marrying I guess he's actually proposed to her. I think she is his fiance now. And we had a talk about it yesterday, and I'm like, dude, you can't lead a girl if you're going to be the leader and you're going to be the husband and do all this shit, and actually have a real marriage. Then there's no way that you can lead a woman that won't even fucking talk to you, and that it went downhill from there, bro. It was a long conversation.
Okay.
It was a long conversation.
Good times. Is this I think this is our first time ever talking, like over.
It is.
Yeah.
It is actually.
Yeah.
It is actually. Never have time to. You're too busy, man. You've got too much going on. I keep asking. Well, I don't keep asking. I think I asked you one time if you had time to hit me up on VC or something, but you were like, you're too busy.
But see, I told you I promised a bow, and see, he showed up. You're welcome.
Yeah. He did.
See, I'm loyal.
I think Brian's all tuckered out from his swim tonight and doesn't want to go anywhere. Did you get your in and out? I'm betting in and out tonight.
Dude, I forgot about it. Now you reminded me that there's in and out, like literally like a mile away.
No, I didn't get any in and out. I just had what did I have? I had like Tex-Mex from a local restaurant that I really like. Oh, and I had Chipotle earlier.
Oh, so Chipotle's awesome, dude. I love Chipotle.
A little healthier.
Did you try Hannah's Kitchen?
Yeah, I've had Hannah Kitchen. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're really hungry.
Do they have that in where you're living in Compton?
No, it's in Compton.
Or where do you live? You're in LA or
I'm
something?
in Huntington Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm right where Steven Destiny used to live before he moved to Florida.
Wait, you're living? What do you mean?
You know where Destiny used to live before he moved to Florida? That's like Huntington, like near that area.
Oh, you lived in the same city.
You what?
You lived in the same city as him.
Yeah, like nearby, like the area is kind of like beach. I'm by PCH.
Yeah. Josie, when you were on the show, I forgot if I asked you afterwards. On a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy are you?
15.
15.
Off the fucking scale.
But how crazy am I if I'm self-aware?
You're self-aware.
Self-aware. That's just an AI about to kill the world.
I'm just ChatGPT. I'm programmed.
The AI is going to kill us all.
Maybe it's Canadian thing. I don't know.
Brian,
I'm
we
not
were
that
talking
crazy.
about you earlier tonight, man. I got to be honest. We were talking about you in the Whatever podcast.
We were talking
And
shit.
I even said that I would love to have you on and talk to you about it because, obviously the inevitable comparison to Fresh and Fit came up. And all of that kind of thing. And, it's, I don't want you to be surprised if you watch this later and you hear us talking about you.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
What was Josie saying?
Josie wasn't here yet. Josie was having technical difficulties. So
Okay.
it was
Yeah.
just me. And basically I said that, and most of my, 18 solid viewers here, told me that, that there were a couple of them kind of felt like you were really similar and kind of copied the Fresh and Fit, which you've said many times, openly, that you more or less like their format, but you, do it very differently. And I made the assertion that you're very different than Fresh and Fit because you don't actually seem to really endorse anything. You just keep the conversation flowing, and will occasionally check the girls when they need to be checked, and start running rampant. So, I don't know, man. How do you have any comments you're willing to make on my cheesy little podcast about it? So,
I mean, I play an interesting role because, I obviously have my own thoughts and opinions on various topics, whether it's dating related or, feminism, culture war stuff. I tend to talk more descriptively than prescriptively, but I do sometimes have prescriptions on some things, but, and I don't really consider myself a debater. I typically just ask questions most of the time. Sometimes I'll debate a little bit, but I usually just do the Socratic method. I'll just ask questions.
Yeah.
And bring people down a path of just kind of trying to understand their worldview. And I usually, if I do give pushback, oftentimes it's in the form of a question, but sometimes I do, talk about my own thoughts. As far as just Fresh and Fit, I don't think it's a mystery that, and I think I've stated as much various times, that I'm not saying that I originated this specific format or concept. I saw their show and I thought, oh, that's an interesting format. And I thought I could give that format a crack, I guess, kind of where I kind of get, I don't think they have, there's certainly no, when people talk about copying and, when people talk about copying, it depends in what's the context. Are they talking legally? Are they talking about intellectual property? Because legally, there's nothing that prevents someone from doing a similar format. There can be multiple superhero movies. There can be multiple superheroes. There can be more than just, oh, damn, Grid One, where you going, bro?
Yeah, no, but like companies do that all the time. Like there is something that comes out and other companies hop on, and the only way to keep on going is if you're the next guy to find out what the next cool thing is gonna be. That's just that's how business works. Is if there's a trendsetter, and if you hop on the trend early enough, you're gonna make it. But that's about hopping on the bandwagon early enough, and you're good at that. So I think fair use applies here legally for sure.
Well, there's not, it wouldn't be a fair use issue, but there's a lot of, you have to really think about, okay, what are they claiming specifically that I'm copying? Because it's not a podcast. It's not.
I've never figured that out. I keep asking, and every time I ask that question, it's just like, well, it's obviously copied. I'm like, well, it's a similar format for sure, but you do not. Your show's nothing like theirs. I can't even watch Fresh and Fit. I just, the way that they conduct themselves is bad to start with, and then just the way that they engage with their guests, to me, is often very bad faith. And I just have always preferred the way that you engage with the guests. You're right. You really don't insert your own opinion very much. You might say, well, I believe this, or I think this. And that's one of the interesting things is when I talk to people about the podcast, be it here or be it wherever, I often get pushback. Well, Brian believes this, Brian enables this. I'm like, how do you know that? He never actually says anything. Like he never reveals any specifics about his own beliefs to such a degree that you could be really critical of it. So how do you know that? And well, it's just, I watched the show one time and he said this. I'm like, yeah, okay, but that's largely, I think, to keep the conversation flowing, or because in response to somebody else, spurging out and being, just killing the energy in the room, which you need to have a good podcast, like in your specific format. I really, you know, I really feel I really like the format that you bring to the table, and I think it's very unique. I mean, the only criticisms that I could ever offer is that I think that you're running out of talent that isn't OnlyFans, so that you keep running into this same kind of circular arguments with the same people. That would be the only criticism I could have, and the only way that you can fix that, obviously, is going mobile or doing shows in different locations, and that's a whole other realm of conversations to have, right? But from my point of view, I and I think I told you this long ago. You probably don't remember. You got a lot going on, but I actually started watching the podcast around episode 35. It was like 2 or 3 episodes before Maddie's first appearance.
Okay.
And I think she was on like episode 40 something or something like that. And I started watching before that. And
you came in like later after. It was like Jay Butler and Beaten Cheeks, and I was there, but like not really in the chat. Yeah. But that's actually like I met Beaten Cheeks through that, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, Cheeks and I have actually become pretty good friends. He's in Dubai right now, trying to make his business work. So,
wait, how long has he been in Dubai?
A day or two.
Okay, is he? Yeah. He's got a house out there, or is he? What's he doing?
No, he's got a business deal going or something. I probably shouldn't have said anything, but yeah, wow. He's over there trying to get shit work going on. He's gonna be pissed that he didn't stay awake for this. But because
because his mom is not there. Because normally he sends his mom to Dubai to take care of his business, but his mom has got stuff going on. So
okay. But yeah, I mean, I can't really criticize anything that honestly. My only criticism is that the OF girls are just terrible. I was trying really hard last night for a rage quit. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I was as brutal as I was. I really, really wanted that blonde chick on the end to rage quit. I apologize. I know it's your show.
So annoying. Oh my god.
But I really wanted
her to castle her after 15 freaking minutes. What a fucking retard.
She at least did engage. The other girl didn't. But I really wanted to rage quit. I know I shouldn't mess with your show like that, man. I'm sorry, but
I mean, for $200.
I mean, I actually think that panel yesterday was probably one of the better panels we've had, because a lot of times I find that, we'll invite people on and they won't actually engage. But to the two girls that Andrew was talking to, they actually did. I thought they did pretty well, and in terms of having a back and forth with him, a lot of times people just shut down or can't actually have a conversation. But I mean, really quick, just on the fresh and fit thing.
Yeah.
As far as like the copycat stuff and origination and stuff, I mean, you have to kind of start breaking it down. Are they the first to ever have a podcast, first to ever have a round table, first to ever have a dating show, first to ever have a live show? And their claim to any origination is combining all those things. But if you separate all of them, it's all been done before. And I mean, you can go back to the 80s and 90s with Oprah Winfrey. She would assemble, and I don't know if you guys know the men's rights advocate Warren Farrell. He was on Oprah Winfrey talking about who should pay on a first date back in the 80s or 90s. And it was it was 5 women, 5 men. And Oprah put on a roundtable and they discussed various dating topics. And, Howard Stern did it.
And Tom Likas, duh.
Yeah, Tom Likas, Patrice O'Neill, Howard Stern, Kevin Samuels. All these guys have been talking about this stuff for a while.
Sam Kinison way back in the day, bro. Sam Kinison.
Yeah, so, I kind of, I'm not going to say, oh, no, it was just, there's a specific term when, like, sometimes you see these movies that'll, like, this happened in the late 2000s with there are these 2 magician movies that came out at the same exact time around like 2007. I'm trying to remember the names. It was like the
Magician.
God, I forgot, but there is this sort of I'm like totally blanking on the names of the movies and the term. It's like spontaneous creation. It doesn't really matter, but it kind of rubs me the wrong way when people will make these accusations, because if you look at other creative endeavors like music, for example, like there's more than one rapper, there's more than one rock star, there's more than one pop singer, more than one country singer. And you could actually make the argument that, they're much closer to copying each other. If you have any knowledge of music in terms of, if it's
A, E minor, G on repeat.
Everything's in C major. So, I mean, they're much, the instrumentation is exactly the same, but you would never say, for example, that, that Jay-Z is copying Eminem in terms of rapping. And that applies to pretty much any kind of music. I mean, nobody has an intellectual property right or ownership over an idea or a genre of music or film or anything like that. So, I mean, when it comes, also, you could apply this to, hey, there can be more than one comedian, more than one guitarist, more than one ventriloquist, more than one horror film, more than one teen comedy, more than one rom-com, etc. So it's just kind of annoying, but it is what it is.
I mean, people be talking shit all the time. Like it's the audience is not just one person; it's a cumulative of multiple individuals. So if you go individual per individual, you can't make like 5,000 individuals happy. Like your chances of getting all of the audience, everyone happy, is pretty slim. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's weird because they were first to market for like 2 years or something like that. They basically had a monopoly, made a fuck ton of money. It's kind of like be happy, if anything. I actually think, and I actually do strongly think, me being in the space, doing a similar format, has not had any negative impact on them financially or viewership wise. If anything, I think it's actually helped because it's brought more eyeballs to the space and a different demographic So yeah, I mean,
I just think they're completely like different shows because it's like Fresh and Fit. I mean, besides the after hour portion of the show, is it even like the same niche? It's like one is more like your show. I feel is more like entertainment when they go and bring on guests that is going to talk about what they specialize in, and there's a man and self improvement portion
wait,
of the show that's pretty big too. So I feel like it's not even it's not really the same niche, no?
I mean that their after hour show, it's
Okay.
a dating. I mean, the best way to describe it is it's a dating roundtable discussion, and but yeah. Anyways,
No, dude, I get it. I mean, it's just an interesting comment that just it flies around so much. And I get a lot of questions because I contribute. Dude, you've got to see some of the shit I see in chat about how I'm a plant. I've got to be like working with you because I super chat so much, and I mean a lot of the things that is said, man, is just crazy.
Imagine being a keyboard warrior saying that behind the avatar without a face and paying to roast me get a life. Who hurt you?
That it's I actually thought it was funny that they said that I was anonymous. I was like, I'm not anonymous at all. You can find me easily. But I think it's just really interesting.
Should we tell them, Grid? Should we tell them, Grid One? Should we come clean?
What's that? Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Right now, do it now.
So here's the truth. Like all those mattress stores that you never see anybody in. So the Whatever podcast, it's money laundering for Grid One's cocaine company.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, he's laundering money through the Whatever. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Not
texting my buddy at the IRS right now.
Yeah, I mean, and some of it's just said in jest, but some of it I think is if people really see like a conspiracy theory everywhere, like it's crazy.
Sorry, Brian, can I bring something off topic real quick before I forget? Your tiny moderator on Twitch has been she said to get Nemi out of jail, but she's been requesting her emojis for almost a year. I'd like to escalate that because she's awesome.
Escalate that from a complaint to a claim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not.
I got you, Tiny.
It hasn't been a priority, but maybe
a priority.
It shouldn't be.
Like
Brian's on that right now. I could hear him typing. He's on it.
Yeah, she just wants her emote.
But I don't know, like what Twitch isn't my primary platform, so I don't like. Will it have like, oh, okay, we put some emotes on there? Are we all of a sudden gonna have more viewership? Do people really care about emotes? I don't know.
On Twitch, they kind of do.
They care about pixels? What? Oh,
I
mean, yeah.
It's Twitch.
Like I don't know.
I actually stream to Twitch, but I've never even been on Twitch. I set up the account and that's it. I don't even know what goes on there. I have no idea what goes on there. I should probably check on that at some point.
I get taken down every time I say retard. For some reason, they don't like that.
Oh yeah, they may. I put something in the title of one of them, and I had to change the title just for Twitch because I said a bad word, and they wouldn't even accept the title. I was like, huh, that's weird. They're really not going to like the rest of this. But yeah, I'll probably get banned. I might even already be banned. I don't know.
Sorry, get back to your discussion. I'm closing the parenthesis here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the parenthesis.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, yep. Well, Brian, man, it's always
And I don't beat
interesting.
up my boyfriend. Like, it's still on my mind. Like you
Yeah,
said
you
that, I
do.
was like,
Josie, hold on, Josie. You can't be interrupting Grid One Motorsports over here. You keep interrupting him. Let the man speak.
She's got a lot of angst going on. She's
I'm sorry.
she's been having technical difficulties all night. She's it's she's in your awesome presence, Brian. I mean, this is it's a women are emotional creatures, even Josie.
I mean,
Josie, have you ever
I couldn't say that with a straight face twice. Oh, that's fucking funny.
Yeah, the only problem is that thing in front of the brain, it reacts after the emotion is generated, so it just all comes out.
Yeah.
About to. Yeah. Oh no, I'm off the frame. God damn it. Low budget.
Yeah, you see, he did actually drag me into Twitch to prank some 304s, but I was like barely even there. I don't even know that I had that window open. But you are right. I have been on Twitch one time, with Cheeks. He's gonna be so mad that he missed out on this. I promise you, he's gonna get up in the morning. He's gonna be like,
"Oh man,
I'm gonna get a text
the
like,
fuck, dude,
fuck, bro,
the fuck."
Yeah.
So you guys are assholes.
So Brian, other than the show, man, what are you doing these days, man? It seems like that you are all consumed. Like every time I talk to you, which is hard. Like every time I message you, I don't expect that. Like I message you, I don't expect a message back for like 6 hours minimum, maybe 8.
24 business hours.
24 business. I'll get a reply within 24 business hours. And so you seem busy, dude. What do you got going on, man? That you can tell us about. Don't go too far down.
Keep your girl out of this.
Well, I mean, definitely busy, and also I'm juggling all the communications for whatever. So, I mean, I have on any given day, I'm probably answering 100 different messages on Instagram. Every day, bunch of emails. I do all the talent coordination.
Yeah.
It's something I could potentially have somebody else do. It would save me a lot of time. Part of me just doesn't like, I have a pretty good sense of who I want on the show and who I don't. And we get messages and we turn people down. And I think I have a pretty good eye for who's going to be interesting and who's not. Is this something I could teach somebody? Maybe, but the show is the panel. The show is the people who come on.
Sure.
And I think relinquishing that to somebody else is I don't know what potential impact that would have on the show. I tend to, it's hard for me to delegate.
You
That's
don't say.
one of my flaws. And so the vast majority of my time when I'm not doing the show is actually planning the show, there's basic planning stuff that I do, but it's talent coordination. Cause we put 20 bodies in that studio every single week, constantly rotating.
20 bodies.
20 bodies. Yeah. And
that's a hell of a body count, bro.
Yeah. Well, and the crazy thing is, we're constantly dealing with people who will, 3 days before show, oh, can we reschedule? Oh, I can't make it. 5 hours before the show, can't make it. So it's a constant struggle to always make sure that, week in, week out, twice a week, that we have people to come be on the show. And we're in Santa Barbara. It's a small city. We're not in Miami. We're not in Los Angeles. So if we move this to Los Angeles, I think it'd make things a lot easier, even for people who are, flying in. They don't, because LAX, that's a major hub.
Right.
We have an airport here, but it's still, a lot of people are going to fly into LAX, that international hub, and then they got to do another 2-hour drive, take a bus, 2 hours, whatever it is.
And there's nothing else for transportation after 6 p.m. Like nothing.
What do you mean?
Like to make it, let's like from LAX, because you can actually take the train. Like there's a train station near LAX, and you can get off at Goleta, and it's like really, it's not too far from the studio. Like you could literally walk it. But that train, like the last one, is at 6 p.m. So to go back to LAX, like the only option is rent a car or get an Uber.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bus and
yeah.
Last one leaves at 6 too.
The whole panel thing, man, and I know you get a lot of grief, for the late starts and the flake, doing the whole flake thing, and I've always kind of got it. It is hard to coordinate people to actually show up. I mean, I've got some good flake stories from people that would come, when we used to do at track help local, when we used to use local guys for at track help, and we'd have guys that would promise to be there and show up. We're counting on these guys to be there, and then they wouldn't. So, and tonight, I had a guest that was going to come on, and 3 hours before the show, he sends me a message, man. Hey, can't make it. I'm struggling to make it. Is it going to be a big deal if I don't? I'm like, I mean, yes, but what can I do? And so I get it, man. And I'm talking about one guest. You've got 8 or 9 or 10,
and they're young women. Like seriously, just that time. That remember, Brian, when I was trying to help you like find girls for the show, and I was even like going through dating apps before I got banned, and I swear that shit made me hate women like times 100. It's insane. What a bunch of freaking entitled shitheads. I'm sorry, like, no, they don't reply, they ghost, they no show, and they don't tell you why, as if they don't owe you shit, and it's just, I don't know, that's not... I was raised around a bunch of guys, so it's if you don't show up.
Well, I think guys are almost as bad, but
I don't have any really women friends so I've... Yeah, no.
Wait, what was the experience on the... Wait, Josie, you were dating women?
No. I was, when you were looking for a recruiter and you were saying, well, can you find me like 4 chicks to bring on the pod? And I was using dating apps to find women, like you used to do. I said, I'm a woman. They're not going to ban me for like recruiting people. Like OF chicks find new simps for their OnlyFans on there all the time. Like, why would they ban me? Mm-hmm. Whatever. And I started doing that, and like I would go back and forth with these chicks, and all of a sudden they would just like not reply. Or just pull like weird ass shit on people, and I'm like, oh my god. It's just, I knew women were bad. I didn't know they were that bad. Like, it's insane.
Oh yeah, I mean it's pretty bad on the dating apps for... I mean, you were trying to recruit, but even for dating and stuff, I mean, yeah, you get...
Oh, no, and I've recruited for, like, castings and stuff, too, and, like, how they don't show up, it's, like, it's pretty bad.
Oh, yeah, they'll have an attitude about it. I mean, I'll have girls who were nothing but polite to them and respectful, and they'll just straight up no-show, and I'll be like, hey, what's up? What happened? And they're... Even if you display even slight frustration over their... pretty disrespectful behavior, they'll be like, well, I don't owe you an explanation. I don't owe you, you're not owed my time. And it's like, well, you agreed to come.
Hey, Michael.
So, yeah.
Got a question for you there, Brian. Can you read that Are you looking at a screen to?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's
I
so
love Gustavo. It's a great add-on to the show.
yeah, I mean he's hired as security, but I figured, hey, maybe we can get a little extra value here and just have him be a background character, kind of like Madison.
Or like the robot when he does the robot thing.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The
I
heated
kept telling
discussion.
everybody he was security, and nobody believed me. I don't know why. Um, got another question for you. Why not have more mature women on the show? And in parentheses, it says older.
I think we do. I mean, we have a pretty wide range of women who come on the show. I'm pretty sure that woman who lied about her age, I don't know, she was probably 30 or 40, who knows. We have a wide range of women. We don't have any opposition to 50-year-old, 40-year-old, 60-year-old, 30-year-old women coming on the show. It's just kind of, I think the demographic of women who come on does skew a little bit younger, but yeah, we don't have any objection to older women coming on.
Dude, it's a hard gig for you on that show, man. I'm actually really glad you came on, man, because it's added a lot of value, I think, to what I'm doing right now because
Yeah, man.
it's cool. I just it's an interesting thing to watch play out every week, and of course, it's actually getting harder and harder for me to even. I can only actually usually watch the first couple of hours, if that, because I've got other stuff going on. I said kind of all along that for me it was a luxury to be able to watch the show because when you're on, usually the next day I have like a ton of stuff for my family or whatever that I'm doing. And so it was there was a time period there when I started watching where I actually only watched them the next day. I would actually put them on and I have a habit of listening to podcast when I'm working in my either an airplane shed or in my garage. And while I'm sitting there, playing with the airplanes or putting something together or whatever, I would listen. And then there was a period of time there. I think it was like in November, maybe, or August or whenever it was, where I had free time during the weekend, and I could listen to it live. And I'm like, I want to make a comment, and I just started smoking fools left and right, and and I can be pretty brutal, man. I find it funny. The interesting thing I always find is that the girls always a lot of times the girls retreat to that I'm an angry old man that doesn't care about anything, and that it's nothing's further from the truth. I'm laughing my ass off half the time. I think it's fucking funny.
It's funny, like they call you like misogynist and they call Brand misogynist, and I'm like, y'all two are like some of the least misogynistic people I know, literally.
Yeah. Brian, I even in the Discord I will say frag out and I'm gonna throw in a especially large grenade, and I actually kind of view it when I do the TTS. When I do the TTS, it's just a lot of times the show's being kind of, the girls aren't being forthcoming. They're really not. Maybe they're just kind of, you're trying to have to work a little extra hard to get stuff out of them. So I'll just throw a grenade to see what shakes loose, and it often works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they shut down. I can always tell when I hit a nerve because they'll just shut down. They'll be like, "Oh, that guy called us." So
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm obviously I'm very much appreciative of your patronage over I'm trying to remember when your first show was. I want to think it was in maybe the fall.
Yeah, I think it was like August or November, I think.
No, because I went on the show. Last time I was on the show was late October, and we were already like talking a bunch back then. So, yeah.
But yeah, man, I really appreciate all your support and patronage, even beyond the show. Sometimes I'll talk to you about stuff,
Yeah,
and
man. We
you'll
have pretty
check.
decent. When you have time, we have pretty decent conversations.
Yeah. No, I definitely appreciate you, being there just to chat with, and I always appreciated you just checking in, saying hi, and stuff, and being supportive, even outside of just your patronage of the show. So it's always uh, you're just very generous with your time and everything. So very much appreciate that. So,
Dude, an interesting thing is that, and I was talking about this earlier tonight, is one of the things I've always lived by is I can always make more money. I can't always relive something. I can't always have, be able to help somebody a second time or something, whatever. When time passes by, if you don't take that opportunity, you may never have that opportunity again. But I can always make more money. That's the least important thing is the money.
mhm.
And I don't, I understand why people fixate on it. But you know, I've always believed that my entire life, especially when I was a poor kid, is I knew I could always make more money because I didn't have any, and so any money I made was more than I had already.
Hmm.
And I just carried that through my whole life. And as far as it took me probably a month or two before I even bothered messaging you. And I remember I was like, "Hey, man, it's grid one." And you're like, "Really?" and I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's me." And I got that a lot. I got that a bunch. I'm
I
like, "Hey,
caught you
man,
in the chat once, and I was like, "You, Grey1_, join the Discord now." Like, you have a
yeah."
Discord? Yes.
I didn't even actually participate in the actual chat that much. I just was doing the TTS and stuff. So, but
The
but
chat
it's
is gold. Like, the chat is so good.
yeah, it's been a really for me it's entertainment, and it is what it is. For you, I hope that it's accomplishing something that you overall are trying, some that you're trying to get somewhere, or you've got a goal in mind, or you're building something, or something like that. I'd really and I don't know what that is, and you don't have to elaborate or anything. I'm just saying I really hope that this is a part of a process that's taking you somewhere, because it's cool. It's good stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time right now. Going to continue doing the dating talk for the foreseeable future. I don't know how long. I mean, we'll have to see how everything plays out. I mean, obviously, we're doing kind of controversial content. It's always kind of in the back of my head.
Hmm.
What if we get canceled? YouTube doesn't like what we're doing, and we get
Do they though?
demonetized, or even get the channel taken down. That would be terrible. But yeah, I mean, my goal is to just keep doing the dating talk, maybe continue it, maybe do other podcast formats. Like, I've done a couple one-on-one interviews, and the debate shows seem to be fun also, or do well in terms of viewership. So that's good. But I don't know if I see myself like doing like me hosting the dating talks when I'm 40. I don't know if I don't know if I have like it's already
Dude, you'll have white hair, bro. You'll be so stressed.
I think I'm starting to actually lose hair a little bit.
Dude,
What?
I can literally look at you and tell that you're too stressed, man. You got to calm down. You got.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm fat. I'm getting fat too. It's bad.
Yeah, I've been there. I'm there right now, bro. I just told everybody earlier, and I don't make any secret of it. I hurt myself a year ago. I tore up my knee and hip, and
Oh,
and it was I kind of was in denial about it, and I didn't really seek treatment, and I ended up hurting it more and more. And it's taken a year of work to get it back to where I can get back in the gym. And in the meantime, I lost muscle mass from my upper thighs, especially because I just I wasn't able to bend over. I wasn't able to do squatting of any kind. It was crazy. I looked like an old man moving around, and I lost weight there, but I gained it like all in my gut, man. I gained globally, I only gained like 20 pounds, but it was basically I lost 10 pounds of muscle and gained, 30 pounds of fat. So I literally, every time I look in the mirror, man, I'm like, you fat bastard, get in the fucking gym, you fucking asshole. And
did you have surgery? No,
I missed that. I actually, it was really cool, man. I was telling some people about this earlier. So I went to the orthopedist. When I finally broke down and went to the orthopedist, he looked at it and he's like, well, you didn't tear anything significantly, and your hip and knee are in reasonable shape. You got some deterioration in the hip. That's normal for your age. So it's probably all muscle, it's all muscle stuff. So, good news is you're going to be fine. Bad news, it's going to take a while. So they gave me a shot in the knee that day, which is, I guess normal. But I had to come back to get the shot in my hip because they had to use an ultrasound to guide that thing in. It was a needle the size of Kansas, man. I mean, this thing going into my butt cheek was like a steel rod. I mean, it was massive freaking needle. And like I said, they had to guide that thing in with an ultrasound, and it hurt a lot. And but the hip got better first. The knee took a longer time. It actually took a second shot in the knee, and then they did this. It still wasn't really healing right. And then they did what's called dry needling, which I had never heard of, but it's like acupuncture, but they go in and target the I don't know, the frozen muscle, where the muscle has just, it's clenched up so tight, it's and that it won't relax at all, and that's what gives you all the pain. And they go in and they I don't know, I can't explain it, but it was the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. Because if when I went in there, if you told me that it was going to work, I'd have called you a liar. I'd have said there's no damn way. As a matter of fact, when they prescribed it to me, I said, okay, I'm going to go. But when it doesn't work, now we got to, I'm fully expecting PT for like months. I took 2 treatments of dry needling, and I was back to about 80% movement. Now today, I've got about it. I'm if you ask my orthopedist, he will say that I'm still at 80 to 85% recovery. I think I'm at 90, 95%. I'm back in the gym. I'm back on the treadmill 3-4 days a week. I got to get it going on, man. I can't get old this way. This is it would be dumb for me to do this, but at my age, because I am, I'm 53, bro, and it doesn't take much to put on a bunch of weight if you get injured. So
yeah.
And in your case, you're adding stress, and I have no stress in my life. I refuse to be stressed.
How's your neck doing, by the way?
It's still bugs me. I have chronic pain issues and stuff, but the show's very stressful in a lot of ways. It's hard to, and I think a lot of people probably just see the 5 hours per day or the 10 hours per week or whatever. Well, we're doing like 6 or 7 hour shows, whatever, the 10 to 15 hours a week.
I was about to say 5 hours. 7.
The 10 to 15 hours per week, they see the shows, but they don't see everything that goes into it to actually make it happen. And just like, there's so much I've talked a little bit during the shows about, well, okay, this bullshit just happened. Here's this person we're dealing with, super annoying. That's like the tip of the iceberg of like all the bullshit that is involved with making this show happen and just dealing with these people and these personalities. Like, you see them on the show, and then like sometimes it doesn't stop there. There's just like I don't know, for example, I had just one example of something recently, and I don't even remember all the little bullshit events that occur. Some girl we had on the show over like almost 2 years ago, she did a privacy complaint on the video to try to take it down. And she signed an appearance release, all that, and it failed. And then like I didn't know exactly who it was because it didn't say, but I had a suspicion. And then 2 weeks later, she messages me this whole sob story about how, and we took her Instagram out of the description even months before this. So I don't think, like, I don't know how, but I don't know if some of it was just like fake or contrived in an effort to take the video down, because I guess she was embarrassed by her appearance. And that actually, this was one of our first shows, like first 10 or 20 shows, when the show was much more tame, super tame. She didn't even really say anything all that bad. It was a very tame show. And she had this whole sob story of somehow a year and a half later, she never stated her full name on the show. Her Instagram hasn't been linked in forever. Apparently, she's trying to attribute that there's some guy who's like stalking her, and she's trying to attribute it to the show. And she wasn't able to demonstrate in any way that the stalker originated from the show. I'm like, well, okay, so why do you want me to take this video down? Because you currently have a stalker. Like, it didn't make any sense.
Right.
This whole sob story, and I was like, well, how aren't you're out there? But the weird thing is her Instagram is still public. I'm like, well, if you got a real legit stalker, you're going to private that shit.
Yeah, so no shit. Like instantly, right?
Instantly. Like if you're coming to me for me to take my video down, if it's on that level, then your shit should be private.
Yeah.
So, and that's just a small thing. I mean, I got weirdos always contacting me. I get death threats. I get nasty messages. Oh yeah, every single day. Nasty messages every single day. Mostly I just ignore it. It's not a big deal, but then it's just, you got these people with bad attitudes and they're flaking and no showing, and it causes there's a whole bunch. There's a bunch that you don't see, that I don't ever talk about. That's just like crazy shit. Just crazy.
Yeah.
And
sounds nuts.
It is what it is though. And
Brian, I got a couple more questions for you, bro.
Yeah, I do have to take off soon, but go for it.
Yeah. So we've got Rye Guy says, Brian, have you ever tried to get Destiny and Andrew on for a debate? Would be dope to see one of those in person. Okay.
I mean, Andrew said he was down to come on the stream, and Steven said he was down to come on the stream too. So I should text him right now.
Well, no. So I remember the last time we had Destiny in studio, I'd said, hey, you want to debate Andrew. And if I recall correctly, I think he said he wasn't interested. Andrew's down.
Yeah. Destiny blocked Andrew on like everything.
So I mean,
he's on Destiny's blacklist. Actually, I didn't know this, but Destiny has a blacklist of people he won't debate, and I think Andrew's still on it.
Am I on it? How do you see that?
I think you're cool. You're cool. Okay. You haven't beaten Destiny down like Andrew did.
I don't know if
I asked him. You're not.
Well, not like a blacklist to debate, because I'm not going to debate Destiny, but I did kind of I kind of fucked up.
I know.
I tweeted out some video about when Destiny was getting his divorce, which was in bad taste, and I ended up taking it down. But
yeah, I heard about that.
I think that kind of strained the relationship, and he actually has not really been responsive to me. So I think, I mean, I don't think we have like some ongoing beef, but I think he was displeased that I sent out that tweet video about his thing.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I don't really have a problem with Destiny, but I didn't think he would take it that way, because he's posted on his clips channel like a bunch of, like, he had this. I don't want to get into it. I'm not.
I wasn't gonna. I know what you're talking. I wasn't gonna say anything. I knew. I kind of knew where you were going with that.
But he's. I don't have an issue with Destiny, but he has not. He hasn't always been the most kind to me publicly, and so I didn't think he would, think it was a big deal. There's a couple clips on his channel that I kind of took issue with, so I didn't think he would have an issue with it. But anyways, it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think he has an issue with you. I mean, it's anything that is related to his divorce. He's very unlikely to reply usually, but like last time I talked to him, he was like, whatever, no pun intended.
Yeah, I actually talked to Andrew today about whether or not I should have Destiny on, and I got some very insightful guidance there, so I was pretty happy for that. Tiny little tiny dancer asks or says, "Grid, tell Brian to get his androgen levels checked. You're around those women too much."
When was your last physical?
I'm going to the doctor this week, so I'm going to get a couple things checked out.
Good.
Yes. Yeah, it should be. What else?
Dude, I really, I don't mean to belabor the point, man, but you gotta de-stress, man. You gotta find something that actually relieves the stress, not just helps you cope with it. And that's it's important, man. It really is. I live stress free, and I really say that and I really mean it. I just don't worry about anything. Somebody could have the biggest fight with me and be angry, and I just wouldn't. At the end of it, I'm just like, I just don't care.
Yeah,
it's the end. I just walk away from it. I leave it totally behind, and I just totally, it's done, not even a thought in my mind anymore. And I wish that other people could do that, because I can tell you really can't do that. You dwell on that, and it I'm not saying it eats you up, but it definitely weighs on you. You know what I mean? And I feel bad. I shouldn't say I feel bad. I look at you, man, and I'm like, dude, you need a little more happiness in your life, So.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is the 2 days of the week I'm most stressed is show days. There's a little bit of stress other days of the week. Maybe I'm dealing with some bullshit, but I actually I don't know. I feel like I don't get too stressed out. Maybe the rest of the days of the week. I think it's mostly.
I think your stress level is so high that you don't even know when you're stressed.
Oh shit!
I got to get that. Hey, man, you're always welcome to come on here and blow off steam, man. You can say whatever you want here, man. It's a no, it's you can say whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, and anytime if you need anything, I gotcha. You can hit us up anytime.
Yeah, cool. Well, hey guys, it was very good speaking with you both. Josie, keep practicing the bow. It's getting there.
Yes, sir. And, yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. And Grid One. It's a pleasure. It was a pleasure to speak with you, man. And this was our first time actually speaking over voice. So
yeah, it would be. Hey, man, I'm down to remote in anytime you want. I'll even reset the lights so I'm not in like comfortable chill mode, so that you can actually see what I look like and everything. So
yeah,
I'll match the rest of your studio.
Yeah, definitely something that and there was something else I wanted to talk to you, but we'll do that privately.
Yeah, man.
But
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I hope you guys have a good rest of your stream. And
yeah, I'm actually, we're going to wrap up pretty soon because normally I try and do about a 3-hour show, but I could not miss the chance to have you on, man. That it really means a lot to me, and I really appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Hope you guys have a good night, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Ciao.
man.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right. Good.